Hello everyone. Today I'm back with another TTM video. Well, kind of, sort of back. I'm going to show you autographs that I obtained through the mail over 20 years ago. I'm doing this for Tony Black's binder challenge. Show your binder. Well, I tell you it was tough because I really don't have a lot of binders with cards in them. I usually put my stuff in storage boxes, but I dug this one out of my archives. I think you guys will like it. So let's get started. So first we have Mr. Mike Alstott, who I believe signs for $25, which I don't think it's worth it. And we have Mr. Jim Crowd to the Refs Harbaugh. Two of those. And then we have Mr. Mark Brew. Now, he was a really good quarterback in the NFL during his playing days. I recently sent off to have his signature for my collection again. I paid $5, which goes to charity, which is no biggie. And then we have Mr. Terrell Davis, Hall of Famer. Another Mr. Terrell Davis in his Georgia uniform. Then we have great running back Thurman Thomas. Then we have the Moose, Daryl Johnston, still signing for free. Still has an awesome autograph. So on the next page, we have another Moose Johnston. Then we have Hall of Famer Rod Woodson. Then we have former Cleveland Browns quarterback Bernie Kosar. Then we have Carnell Lake. Then we have Charles Johnson. Then we have another one. And then who's this? Kent Hall, offensive lineman. It's another Kent Hall. Then we have Tony Mandrich, who still signs through the mail. I just got his recently. Then we have John Cossey. I don't know whether he still signs. I don't think he signs. Andy Harmon still signs through the mail. Then we have Anthony Smith. I don't know whether he still signs. I just recently sent out to Tom Hodson. See, I didn't realize I had all these autographs, so I just sent them out again, like in the last year. So then we have Bobby Hoying, who signed on the back. I don't know why he did that, but I recently sent out to him. That's going out this week. See if I can get a better signature. Then we have Pete Mitchell, tight end for the Jags. Then we have Mark Carrier, great TTM signer. If you haven't gotten him, should. Got Richmond Webb. He looks a little upset in this photograph. Another Richmond Webb. We have former Cowboy Sherman Williams. Who do we have next? More Sherman Williams. And we have former Packers wide receiver Antonio Freeman. More Antonio Freeman. And then we have Hall of Famer Steve Atwater. Still signs, but you only get one per. Then we have John Alt. I just recently got him back. And then we have Eric Allen. Great DB for the Eagles. There's another one. And then we have Richard Dent, who I believe doesn't sign through the mail anymore. Then we have Hall of Famer Jermani Dawson. I think he signs for like $5. Then we have Reuben Brown. Another Reuben Brown. We have Jack Jackson, who I think still signs through the mail. William Roberts. Chris Jackie. He signs through the mail. I got him in the last 8 or 9 months. And who's this? Marco Battaglia. And we have Henry Ellard, one of the greatest receivers ever in the NFL. I believe he's like top 10 all time in receiving yards. I think he has over 13,000 yards. If you haven't gotten him, you should get this guy. Really good player. It's another Marco. Quinn Early. Yancey Thigpen. Jim Miller, former Steelers quarterback. I think he also played for the Bears. It's Mike Tomczak. He still signs through the mail. Ken Harvey. Another Ken Harvey. David Sloan. Another David Sloan. Jonathan Hayes. Former Golden Domer Ray Zellers. A couple of his. Jeff Blake. Former Bengals quarterback. There's another one. Alexander Wright, former Cowboys receiver. And we have Lionel Washington. Jack Brown, former Steelers linebacker. Then we have, who's this guy? I want to say Tygel Jenkins. I think that's how it's pronounced. And we have, who's this? Brian Mitchell, former Redskins. Then we have Bronzel Miller. Now, this guy, let me tell you a story about this guy. I sent him a request, and man, this guy hooked me up. He sent me like 8 autographs. Not only did he send me like on air all the cards that I sent him. Here you go. There's that one. And there's this one. This must have been a promo to where they sent them, the players, the cards and told them where to sign. See, it says sign here. But he sent me all my cards signed back, plus other cards, plus 8x10s. He just hooked me up. I don't think he had a very productive NFL career, but when it came to autograph signings, he did a really good job at that. There's Mr. Neil Smith, sack master for the KC Chiefs. There's another one. It's Hall of Famer Charles Haley. There's Harold Green. There's Darian Gordon. There's Horace Copeland, which I believe he still signs through the mail too. There's Scotty Graham. Rich Gannon. I don't know whether he still signs or not. I sent one out to him. I never got it back, so I guess he doesn't. Mike Saxon, Cowboys punter. He still signs through the mail. And who's this? Alex Van Dyke, former Jets wide receiver. So next we have Ben Coates, who's a really good signer. He still signs through the mail. John Gisick, former Cowboys offensive line. He still signs through the mail. I heard he's pretty good. Daryl Hobbs, former Raiders wide receiver. Who's this? Todd Collins. Yeah, Todd Collins. Then we have Trent Dilfer. He doesn't sign. All right, let's go back up here. Who do we got? We got David Palmer. Is that Ken Dilger? Andy Hack, he still signs through the mail. It's Mario Bates. Dave Brown. I think he still signs through the mail too. Blake Brockermeyer. All right, so we have Dwight Stone, the Dead Sharpie. Luther Ellis. More Luther Ellis. Jake Reed. Another Jake Reed. Now this is the weirdest signature I've ever gotten back. Nick Lowry. I don't know whether this is a stamp or what this is, but he signed his name and then he has like a gold post and then he's got like a smiley face and stuff. I don't know whether this is real or this is fake or what this is, but it's neat. I know that. So on to the next page, we have Bill Bates. He still signs through the mail. J.D. Novacek. No, he doesn't sign. I believe Leroy Hoard does. Norm Johnson, I got an RTS from him. I think he's done signing. Then, Hall of Famer Chris Carter. He doesn't sign. At least I don't think. Then who we have here? Mark Fields. Then we have Cornelius Bennett. We have former Browns Clay Matthews Sr. He was a finalist for the Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame this year, I believe. Then we have former Cowboys head coach Jason Garrett when he played in the World League. And here's a good one. This guy's an awesome TTMer. Mr. Bruce Armstrong, he's still signing. And then we have former, I see him as a San Diego Charger, Anthony Miller. He was a great receiver back in the 90s. Then we have Hall of Famer Willie Roaf. What we got next? Oops. We have Rob Thomas. I recently got him back. Then we have Brian Blades. He's a good signer. His brother Benny's kind of shaky. Then we have Mr. Jim McMahon in his Chargers uniform. Then we have Keith Byers. Another Jim McMahon. Ricky Proehl. I tried to send him requests twice in the last year, and he never sent them back. So guess what, Ricky? I already got your signature. I don't need it anymore. I won't be sending to you anymore. Oh, that was a blank page. So, what we got next? Got Phil Hansen. Got Corey Fuller. Got another Richmond Webb. Who's this guy? JJ. Is that JJ Burden? Another Richmond Webb. And Glenn Parker. Alright, who's on the next page? We got Phil Hansen. That's just Lindy Infante. Then we have Kevin Hardy. He's a good player. Eric Moulds, former receiver for the Bills. Kevin Hardy again. Ed McCaffrey. I sent away to him to get a TTM autograph a couple months ago. I haven't got it back. So it doesn't matter if it comes back or not. I have it now. I didn't know it at the time. So then we have Andre Reed. Wayne Fonts. He still signs through the mail. Chris Callaway, former Giants receiver. Then we have Dan Selamua. I don't think he signs through the mail. It's got John Mobley. Another Andre Reed. We have Tony Brackens. We have Mr. Boomer Esiason. I just recently sent to him. Hopefully he'll send him back. If not, I still have his autograph. We have, who's this guy? Stafford Williams, former receiver for the Dallas Cowboys. Jim, don't call me Chris Everett. He's a good signer. He still signs. There's another Mr. Williams. Mr. Tasker. He still signs. There's Ricky Dudley, former Raider. There's the bust, Jerome Bettis. Now, these ones are a little smeared, but I do have two other ones where he signed in Sharpie in person for me, and they turned out beautiful. We have Amani Toomer. We have Zach Crockett, Tamarick Vanover. And we have Zach Crockett again, and then we have Mr. Marty Schottenheimer, great coach. Then we have Mark Bruner, who still signs through the mail. He's really good at signing. We have John Jarrett, one of my Penn State dudes. Rashawn Salam, rest in peace. I believe he's passed on in the last couple of years. We have Hall of Famer Aeneas Williams. We have Michael Haynes. We have George Teague. We have Kyle Brady, another one of my Penn Staters. He signs through the mail. He's really good about that. Tony Bennett. I almost called him Tony Smith. Tony Bennett. There's Don Beebe. Still signs it. Don B.B. And then we have Hall of Famer Michael Strahan. There's two there. There's another Don Beebe. And then we have Brian Williams. Let's go to the next page. We have former punter Rick Tootin. Justin Armour. Here's this Eric Moten. One on the right's a little smeared. Another Justin. Tony Woods. Mario Bates. Gary Zimmerman. He still signs, I believe. Who's this? Sean Lachapelli. And we have Brandon Stye, former Steeler, I believe. Pete Kendall. Another Pete Kendall. That's Brandon Stye. And then we have Stan Humphries, former Chargers quarterback and Redskins quarterback. Next page we have Al Del Greco. Flipper Anderson. Another Flipper Anderson. I don't believe Flipper signs through the mail. Eddie Murray, he still signs through the mail. He's pretty good. Joe, who's this guy? Joe Aska. And here's a nice one. This one's for you, Tony. Mr. Tim Brown. Yep. Back in the 90s, man, he was signing through the mail. So let's move on to the next page. We have Bill Brooks, who's an excellent TTM signer. I've already gotten him twice in the last year. Mr. Scott Case, he still signs. He's a good signer. Kimball Anders. Who's this? David Wyman. Another Kimball Anders. And then we have Terrell Buckley. And what's funny, I just picked this card up here. I was going to send it to him to have him sign it again. Well, sign it for me. I didn't know I had this signature. So, there's another Bill Brooks. There's Herschel Walker, who I believe should be in the Hall of Fame. We got here Tim Grunnard. He still signs. He's a pretty good signer. Then we have Felipe Sparks. Jordan Sparks' father. You guys know Jordan. Contestant on American Idol. Then we got great coach Marvin Levy. Not Levy. And then, rest in peace, Craig Ironhead Hayward. Almost done here, folks. Let me see if you grab this. We have Chris Singleton. We have Reggie Brooks. Got Hall of Famer Shannon Sharp. Another Reggie Brooks. Quentin Coriat. I sent to him about a year ago. He never returned it, so tells me he's not signing. There's another Craig Ironhead Hayward. Come on, man, get your words out. Steve Bono. Marv Cook, he still signs. Jeff Harrod, I don't think he signs anymore. Mike Munchak. Corey Raymer. It's another Corey Raymer. You have Amp Lee, Steve Christie. He signs. He's pretty good. Indies coach Frank Reich. He signs still. Willie McGinnis still signs. I just recently got his back a couple months ago. It's Frank Reich again. And there's John Pararella. Another John Pararella. And we're down to the last couple ones. We have Aaron Bailey. And there's another Amp Lee. And finally, we're going to finish with Mr. Brett Favre. Well, this is kind of a long video today, folks, but it was a pretty big binder. So, I want to thank you guys for watching. And you know, who I want to take the challenge next? Who are we going to have do it? Let me think. I think Scott from Reindeer Studios should be the next guy up. So Scott, what you got, buddy? Show us what you got. Just, I don't care what it is, a binder full of something. I mean, even if you want to show us your Care Bear cards from back in the 90s, that'll be fine. Just show us something, buddy. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Just remember, keep collecting, keep searching for those hidden gems, and keep having fun. Later.